what I was thinking about this week was the idea of how we have so many different systems and technology things that will give us feedback. And so it helps us really check in a really unique way. For instance, I have a ring, and this ring will do all sorts of measurements like, I don't know, body temperature, pulse, all sorts of different measurements. And it'll tell me about how my sleep is, and all sorts of cool features like that. And one of the things that it'll give me a little message about how my readiness is doing every day. And so the readiness feature, some days this week, we're saying, you know, your resting heart rate lowered very late last night. And so today it would be a good day to just take it easy. And so it's really cool how the technology that we have gives us that kind of feedback, that it's like, okay, well, I felt a little groggy, and that kind of explains, you know, something that's going on in my body that tells me why. And so I was thinking about that in relation to yoga practice. In a way, yoga practice can be a way for us to kind of take some of those measurements in a way to kind of check in with all sorts of areas of our body, so that we can do a really good, thorough analysis of how we are, and we can change things because of that based on how we are doing. So for instance, as we're stretching hips or shoulders or various areas of our body today, just imagine that you're doing a check-in. It's like, okay, how is this area? Am I holding my stress here? Is there anything in my life, like the way that I hold my bags or things like that, that might be affecting my spine? Is there any extra stretches I should throw into my daily regimen this coming week? So that's the type of like lessons that we're trying to get out of our body today. Just those beautiful calibrations, those measurements, so that we have a better clue of how our system is. So that's our intention today, just that beautiful check-in, a deeper kind of listening. So let's start off with some nice stretches. So arm stretch all the way to the back wall. And let's take the shoulders over to the right. And shoulders over to the left. Just a good chance to stretch it out. Shoulders, even down to the hips if you swing your banana shape far enough. I'm going to take one more each direction. And back through the center, the right knee comes into the chest. Give that knee a huge hug. Do some ankle rolls, check in with that area. And start to stretch the leg up to the sky, grab onto it. Feel how nice it is to let that pull back side of the leg get some stretching. Maybe this is the first hamstring stretch you've done all day or all week. Really enjoy it for a moment. Oftentimes this is the one that if I haven't been doing as diligently, daily, this is the one that's like, oh, okay, include more of these. Let's move into the hips. So right ankle hooks to back leg. Slide the shin in. If you're confused, just peek at others. Your foot should be peeking off the back end of the fabric by where our ears are. Slide it in, the shin in. That helps that hip to get a nice chance to start open. Breathe through that area. It's that first hip stretch of the day. Huge inhale. Our exhale, free out this leg. Maybe give it another beautiful stretch up to the sky and drop it down. Left knee comes in the chest. Give that one a hug. Some ankle rolls. And right away, let's move up to the hamstring. Lengthen the leg. Grab on, invite it in. Notice how is left versus right side doing today. Imagine this half is like the moon half, the other half is like the sun. It's our higher activity versus the more passive features. So just notice the moon were to get out of balance, that would be very problematic for the earth. Imagine we're trying to bring it right back into that beautiful, perfect balance. Nice inhale. Exhale. And let's start to hook the heel over on the back right. Slide the shin. Make sure to listen to the knee. We're not bringing it into the point of pain, just to the point of stretch. See if you can breathe into the belly space. Nice fresh morning air. Inhale. Nice exhale. Leg freeze its way out. Give it a little stretch. And let's drop it all the way down. Let's free out our head and shoulders past the back end of the fabric. We're either taking more of a back bend shape, just spilling our spine up and back, or adding in a little shoulder stretch by trying to clasp hands behind our back and letting that fall down. The spine space opening up. Listen, breathe. More inhale. Exhale. Grip onto that back edge to help the head slowly rise. Once you're up, take the arms forward and through to the toes. So stripping over. Pull that counter sharp in the back space. With the back, both between the last pose and this one. Are there specific areas that are extra tight? If you let the head rock just a little bit to the right shoulder and then to the left shoulder. Good. So as we start to stack the vertebrae back upright, kick the feet free off the front. If anybody wants a deeper back bend, you'll just leave the legs dangling and take the spine up and back. If anybody wants an inversion by this point, slip the thumbs into the back side, push the fabric down to the pant line, and start to lay back, gripping on. That's kind of like a tabletop. And then from there, the inversion is wide legs as you tilt upside down, ankles wrap. Once the ankles are wrapped through the outside, yep, you got it. You're welcome to release it. Your choice. Whichever variation feels best, or even playing with both sometime. Halfway? Yes.
That's okay. Yeah, but no, it's
About halfway, so it locks it on your back. Yep, right there. Grab it up. Wide legs. This. Yep, that's it. Don't feel pressure to stay longer than you want to for this inversion. It's not a competition with anybody, it's just listening to your own body. If you're up, let your head just roll back and forth to one shoulder and then to the other. We've got about half the class up, half the class down. So those that want to be upside down a bit longer, that's great. So go ahead and stay. Those that are up, let's take a little twist. So let's bunch up fabric to the front door. Your shoulder that's closer to that printed mountain wall, you'll open that arm all the way back or circle that hand around the back side. Nice twist, that's it. It'll lengthen up to spiral around. And let's release from this hand. Let's bunch up fabric to the back door. Same thing, it's the arm that's closer to that back wall. That one is the one that either reaches back or circles around the head. One more breath, lengthen up, inhale. Exhale, twist. And release. Good, arms are on the outsides. We're taking ourselves into boat pose, so the knees come up to balance. From here, try to straighten the legs if possible. Then we're gonna try to do scissor kicks. So one leg lifts, the other leg lowers. And switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. This leg that's up, grab onto it. So arms come to the inside. Grab on. Continue to try to lift that leg higher and higher and higher. The other one you can just relax with. Stretch into that hamstring. Bottom leg straightens back out. Do 3 switches so we end up on the second leg. So 1, 2, 3, grab. Good. Help this one. The bottom one can just relax. Good. Bottom one activates. We're going to do just 10 straight switches. So arms can be inside or outside, whatever works best. Release the hand if possible. And then here we're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Relax the knees down. We're sitting up. Let's bunch up the fabric to the center of the room, the one that will point your torso to the center. So Sean, you'll be the other side. Good. Okay, so the side that's bunched up, lock your arms straight. That hip lifts up your hip a little, so the hip that just got lifted, that's the leg that swings up and over. Beautiful. Re-bunch up the fabric in front of you. When you push out, round the spine, lift up the legs. And then when you relax the legs back down, heart goes forward and through, gaze up. It's almost like an exaggerated cat cow. So push, exhale, leg lift, and pull through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. So your ankle that's closer to the front of the room, the mirror, grab onto that ankle, place that ankle up onto the fabric again. It's a hip stretch. So if you need more, lean forward, hug around the leg, pull it in. If it's intense on either the knee or the hip, just keep on relaxing back. Never trying to stretch ourselves to the point of pain, so just listen to your body. Feel the breath calming back down after those exercises. And then let's start to shift to hamstring. So the fabric in front of us, if we released it, it's bunched back up. The arch of the foot comes onto that gathered fabric. Toes are turning out the same direction as the knee. We'll start to slide the foot up as much as we can. Sometimes the knee still needs to stay a bit bent. That's okay. Sometimes hamstring is really tight, so we have to keep pushing into the fabric to give ourselves some space. If you're at that point where you want a little bit more, then you can start to let go, but that will hold you in a bit deeper, so no pressure. Long, deep breaths. Use this as a moment to tune in, to calibrate, check in with your instruments. Inhale. Exhale. This leg frees to the same side that it came from. Second ankle up. So it's a hip stretch, so if you need more, hug in, lean forward. The heart rate continuing to slow, nice calm breathing. And out of the nose, fresh air. One more breath for the hip. And then bunching it back up, arch of the foot comes onto the gathered fabric. Start to slide the foot up as much as you can on this side. More breath, huge inhale. Nice exhale. And then this foot, you free it to the mirror side, so both legs are back together. And shimmy your hips a little bit, left, right, left, right, left, right. We're facing forward. We'll head to vampire pose. So we need just one thin layer of fabric over the shoulders. Your elbows help to gather almost like a chicken wing, help to gather the excess down to the waist. And then you lay back. From there, the feet step in. As you lift up the hips, that's when you lengthen the legs out. That allows all the excess to go down to the feet. So then once you got the excess to feet rise. Push from the inside, the feet push out. So by pushing out, you're able to rise up. Welcome and help anybody who needs it. just notice what your body's trying to tell you. Sometimes, like if we have a lot of pressure in the sinuses, sometimes the body's telling you, okay, I have pressure, let's not be upside down that long, and that's okay. Other times it's more of that sensation of the shoulders, the whole weight of the body helping to massage that area. It's that realization, oh wow, I didn't realize I was quite this tight. Other times there's other things that we're learning about ourselves. So find presence. It's like a body scan, each pose that we take. Give it just a little bit longer for those that want to be upside down. Just enjoy it. Those that are out, just relax in a comfortable laying position. Deep breaths. Got the majority out by this point. Just relax in your mini shavasana until you feel like you're satisfied, you're ready to move on, in which case you'll help me know by sitting up. So no rush to sit up, just help me know how you're doing. Beautiful. So we'll all take our arms to the outside, gather up the entirety of the fabric and slide your hands to about shoulder area. The nice tight grip, you've got two ways to get out, either just tilt forward and come out, or with this tight grip, you can do a flip backwards. You go nice and slow, lift it up, and then eventually you slowly pike all the way. Your choice. Tight grip if you're doing the flip. That's okay, you don't have to. That works. So we're all out. Okay, so leave the fabric over your shoulders like this, a nice backpack. The hands circle above the head and around. Try to go 2 circles around before you let it fall into your hands. So from here, we're gonna focus on the feet and the back, getting an opening. So you'll lean back a bit, the hips get to relax, and then we'll start to circle around. This is circling for the feet, but also feel how you get a nice back bend through the front. The hips are a nice big circle. We'll take maybe 3 or 4 to the first direction that you took your hips. Eventually your fingers will need a little break. So when you reach that point, just stand through the center and wiggle the fingers for a moment. Good. After the fingers got a little break, you can grip back on, lean back again, until you get to the other direction. Feet getting a little massage, spine getting that opening. A couple of good circles. Good. Maybe one more if your hands are still okay. And then we come back up. Let's figure out the hands, shake them for a moment. Okay. Thumbs slide in for a moment. We're taking the fabric to just underneath the shoulder blades and then walk back to take all the slack out. So from here, the feet come back up to where we were standing before, nice and wide. We're gonna do hip circles. It looks like this. It's like a huge hula hoop. The hips go forward and around. And since we're close, we're gonna try to stick together. So I'm gonna count us down. We're gonna go to the front door direction. If you wanted to do circles instead, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. Here's 5, and around. 4, 3. As long as you don't bump each other, you're good. 2, and 1. And pause in the back. Good. Let's go to the back door. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Pause back. Nice straight legs. Release the arms. Take a little bit of a heart opener. So if the head is having any issues, the hands can go behind the head, elbows open, or arms open so that you can relax a little bit deeper. And start to lift the chin to the chest. We're walking ourselves backwards to stand up on our own. And the right arm crossed on the left arm crossed on the right. So standing up, and then bending at the waist, leaning forward. We're not letting the fabric slip off the shoulder blades, but by leaning forward, it helps the right arm go further to the left arm further to the right. I like to kind of tuck my chin a little bit as I rest it down. If you need more, kind of push your shoulders down away from the ears. Beautiful. Lean back into the fabric, circle the arms up and open. Good. Rise. Left arm crosses first and then right. Stand back up. Bend at the waist again. Slow breath, check with the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, release, slip of the arms. Make sure fabric is under the shoulder blades if it's starting to slip back up. Let's walk our hips to the under plumb line. So we're gonna like a little chair in front of it. We're gonna create kind of like an X shape, and then we grab onto the opposing sides. Elbows can kind of push into it too, so shoulders are a bit active. So from this shape, we're gonna attempt to lift both feet up and down. Little pulses. So exhale, in. And 10, 9, 8, good work, 7, 6, little bunny hops, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slide the knees all the way to a kneeling position. Open the arms back. A nice camel pose variation. You're allowed to let your chest and your belly go forward as much as feels good. Like the camel meets the cobra. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back up to a stacked spine. Free the arms out. Taking the fabric in front of us. Gripping it about as wide as shoulders. Again, let the belly droop down. Straight arms is a little bit more intense. Bent elbows makes it just a bit easier to shoulder here. Belly droops down like a puppy pose. Exaggerate rolling your spine up, head comes up flat. Slip the right hand to the center. Left hand plants. This right arm is going to circle down by our sacrum, our low back, move through the side up, then pause for a moment as it kind of circles over like a banana. Good. Twice more like that. Slowly circle down to low back, up and over, pause banana. Good. One more. Down to low back, up and over, pause. Beautiful. And take yourself through the center, switch the hands. Okay, left hand by the low back, up and over banana, pause. And 2, pause. And 1. Pause. Beautiful. Start to unwind, sitting your hips all the way back to the feet. Regrip on. We're going to slowly use the arm strength to take us all the way back to a huge arch. The hips start to lift. Feel the quad stretch. Arm strength slowly pulls us up to camel pose. And up. Send forward into puppy. And then hips come back to child. 2 more like that. Exaggerate the roll backwards. Once the head is rolled back, the hips start to lift. Arm strength pulls us up. Good. Puppy to child. 1 more. The spine rolling all the way back. Lifting. Puppy. And child. Rest in child. Let the shoulders relax. Start to roll the spine up. We're going to use the fabric to come into a bit of a neck stretch so that the bottom half of our body can be 3 positions. It can be just easy cross-legged seated position if that's what's best. You can go in this position or you can go in Malasana position. So I'll leave it up to you, whichever one works best. But the idea is taking the fabric almost like a headband under the head. We're trying to get the spot right where the skull meets the neck. And then whichever position you're in, you start to lean back. So I recommend using the arm strength to make it not too intense. Just a little bit that you lean back to an amount that feels good. Try to relax enough back that your neck gets that nice full long. About the next 30 seconds or so to either just enjoy this a bit longer or slowly start to make our way up to a standing position. So if you're coming out right away, maybe you're taking a forward fold for a moment. Eventually rolling yourself up to stand. No rush, take a little bit longer. Sip of water if you need it. Okay, we're more or less up. So as we're up, let's start to take the right ball of the foot in. Yep, we're right under plumb line, so don't be too far back. Your left hand is grabbing that right heel. Make sure that your knee is past the center of the fabric. That'll hold you in place. But you grab onto the heel, start to let it rise to the point that the knee's still comfortable. Other way. There you go. So knees through the center if your knee can handle it. Sean. There you go. If it's too uncomfortable, pop it back out like you had. So now just a grip at the shoulder height and just literal inches leaning forward is all it takes to open up the hips. Try to relax into that shape. Easy breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, come up to stand on your back foot. This front foot slides past so that the fabric's now at the thigh. So let's start to slide the hands up high, sink the weight forward. Feel that left psoas. The hip flexor, try to drop forward until you feel that stretching. Keep the grip of the right hand really high. The left hand is going to cross to take a little twist. So hook on the outside of that right thigh. Once the forearm is hooked, you start to twist the spine and even gaze them. With the spine. A tight grip of the right hand. Use that grip to help you unwind safely. Both hands grip to left afterward. We'll take a standing foot to the left. Arms open up like warrior two. If it's too much pressure, open it up to cover the whole. Right arm rests to right thigh. Left arm up and over. Extended side angle. If you'd like to slip the right elbow down, bringing the shoulder close to the knee, that's fine. Maybe even gripping onto the right foot with the right hand, you try to find some extension in that leg. Pretty intense with the hamstring stretching and getting massaged at the same moment. Good. If the leg is straightened, bend it. Grip up high to safely help the torso rise. And we're going to grip on our weight comes over the standing leg. We're still kicking toes to the side. Good. Slip down to the right ankle being in fabric. So slide the left hand high, the right hand low. This opens us up like triangle pose. You also want to sink some weight forward to here. That's fine. You don't have to. Weight comes back, grip one hand on each side, toes turn forward. Hamstring stretch, so perhaps you're just sliding down, heart gets close to thigh. Perhaps you're sliding hands up, sinking weight forward. There is an option if you want to take it. This one you do need to have hands up high. You would lift up your standing foot, pop it up to top of mat so that the leg is lifted in that balancing posture. Know that this one's hard to hold, so keep your hands high because if you fall, then you can catch yourself. But yeah, you don't have to take it. Go ahead and help back if you need it. You're like, oh wow, hello. Hello, hamstring. Like, okay, I did my check-in. This is not it. That's okay. That's okay. We're getting there. Okay, so a high grip. Foot can slide back where it was. And switching legs, you have an optional swinging switch. You just step left foot in, right foot out. Some step all the way to foot. Knee comes through the center, past the fabric line. Right hand grabs the heel, slide it up. Good. A grip about shoulder height. You start to lean forward. Let the hips relax into it. The muscles of the hips like to try to contract so that they don't have to stretch. So instead, try to send the thought of relaxation, just slow, easy breathe. 2 more slow breath. Good. When our weight comes back over standing leg, this left ankle goes forward. We're back at thigh. Slide the hands high. Sink the hips forward. Try to get into that right psoas this time. Hip trying to just relax forward. Preparing for the twist, the left hand needs to be super high. And the right wrist hooks to the left outer thigh. Spiral the spine, maybe gaze up. The high grip helps us unwind. And then both hands grab to right. Then a standing pose to the right. Warrior 2, sink the weight to the mirror. Maybe the arms open. One forward, one backward. Extended side angle, left elbow down, right hand up on the fabric. But also slip down to the left shoulder, being down close to the knee. If I said right, I meant left. Like, wait a second. Okay, then this arm that's above you can absolutely extend forward. Okay. Optional to lengthen the bottom leg when it's in the fabric. Good. Hand returns to fabric if it left. The leg that extended bends again. Use that to help you return to stand, slip to ankle. Yep, still facing the toes to the side. Grabbing, the right hand slides up, the left hand slides down, opening the heart like triangle, maybe sinking point to mirror. Weight over standing leg, grip one hand on each side, face forward. So option 1, just slide the hands down. Option 2, slide the hands up, slips forward. Option 3, slide your standing foot forward. Try to hold the balance, grip stays high. Good. A high grip takes us back under plumb line. Breathe this foot out. Take fabric behind us again, under shoulder blades. Walk yourself back, left taken out. Hips back under plumb line. A couple of bonus hip stretches here. So take the right ankle to the left thigh, then relax all the core effort. The knee can even point down if that helps the hip open up into the stretch a little bit more. And relax this right foot to floor, left ankle up. Same thing, once you're there, relax all the muscular effort through the core. Good, foot to the floor, heel to the feet wider than mat. Hands can come to the inner thighs, hoping to press them open. So I'll straighten our left leg. And straighten the right leg. Beautiful. Back to the center, feet come back forward, straightening the legs, coming up to stand, walk yourself back. We have enough time for one more inversion. I'll let you guys choose your inversion. Some people might do a hip hang, just taking the fabric behind the hip bones. Some people might want straddle back, fabric behind your sacrum. Remember, it's wide knees and then ankle wrap, just like we did before. So I'll let you guys choose if you want to invert. If you don't want to invert, you can do flat stretches for your body. Good job, got it. Those that are getting satisfied with that inversion time, at any point you're welcome to take your way to your Shavasana. Some people do Shavasana laying on the ground. Some people do Shavasana back to how we started class, all the way inside. So it's no pressure, no rush. If you'd like to head out of your inversion at any point, that's fine. But if you want a little bit more time, I'm also going to give you time to get here. So no pressure, just that's kind of where class is heading, eventually slowing down. Eventually finding the final rest when you're ready. No pressure. Deepen our inhales, exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body. Start to take some stretches. Moving away and around in ways that feel really good. I'll stretch the arms to the back wall and wiggle my shoulders left and right. Sometimes I'll take a fetal position, curling in, arching back, rear cortex to each side. And how the body feels at this moment. Working toward balance, but eventually we're heading towards sitting all the way up when you're ready. We rise up sooner or later. We'll find hands together in front of heart. Reconnecting to the idea that we started with, the idea that our yoga practice can be like that little tool that tells you, ooh, maybe I'm carrying my equipment differently. Maybe I'm holding stress here. Maybe I need to stretch this area more. So with all these intuitive urges sending us onward, let's wrap up the time that we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.